PokéCave. Today we're gonna do a little bit of experimentation. I've never done this before. Okay, so for those you don't know, you can grade your packs of Pokemon cards. Yeah, so not just the card inside, but the actual packs themselves. As long as the pack, number one, is authentic, but number two, well, actually, yeah, authentic and sealed. So as long as it's sealed and it's authentic, you can send it in to get graded. Now, I've been sending packs in the PSA to get graded for the last 5 years or so, but I always wondered a few things, and I just need to know. I need to know some things here, and we're going to find out today because I'm going to actually be sending in packs to PSA in this video, but we're going to get zapped to the future. I'm going to get the packs back from PSA in the same video. Do you understand what I'm saying? We're going to send packs to PSA, we're going to get them back in the same video, and yeah, it's all going to be in this video, so make sure you watch till the end. These are some of the packs that I got back from PSA a few weeks ago. I spent around $100 per pack to get them graded. Some of them were a little bit more, I'll tell you why. But these are first edition base set booster packs, and I'm just kind of confused, and I want to know some stuff. Some things about this. This is a Gem Mint 10 first edition base set Charizard booster pack. Why is it a 10 though? Do you think it's a 10 because it's a perfect pack in perfect condition? Are there some flaws to it? You know, it's kind of confusing because I have this pack in the same return in a PSA 10. I have it in the same return in a PSA 9. And I have it in the same return as a PSA 8. But as I look through these packs close up, I started wondering why a certain one was an 8 and why the other one was a 10, or why one was a 9 and another one was an 8. And it just doesn't make any sense. I mean, it kind of does a little bit, but not really. We look at this up close, and a PSA 10, it doesn't mean that it's a perfect pack, but it's pretty close to it, supposedly. So the first thing I see on here is like, I'm just looking for like defects or something that would bring it down in grade. I do see on the actual pack, if you guys can see that, it kind of looks like a roller kind of went across there on the actual pack itself. And like, so the crimps, right? Like you can see it's not cut straight. I mean, that's kind of obvious, right? You can see like up here, there's more of the actual, my finger was like literally in the way there. All right, so like right there, you can see the crimp is sort of like cut, and it's a little bit more up here. And then the same with the bottom one, this right side. It's like, I mean, you can see it's not straight. I mean, whoever was lining this up, like, I wouldn't want them building my house. That's all I'm gonna say, because it's like, but I mean, I get it, right? It's 1999, it's hot off the press, and they're printing these things out non-stop. Okay. Then we look on the back here. The same thing, you can see, you know, the crimps. And then we look on the actual pack, and I'm just kind of, I'm looking at this close so we can compare it to the other grades. So we have like this sort of indentation going across the crimp on the back there. That didn't hold it back from a 10. And there's usually little holes. And I think that might be some of them. So they're basically, nope, that's just some spit. That's just my spit. Okay. But there's usually little holes on here somewhere. And I don't really see them. They could, a lot of times they're on the outer edge there. And that just is for air pressure, so that when they're transported, the packs don't explode. They could, you know, the packs could just pop open because of pressure traveling, especially like on a plane and stuff like that, and getting, you know, smashed down in boxes. So there's usually little holes for just the air flow in the packs. That doesn't hold the grades back either. But overall on this, that is what I'm seeing. I mean, I don't think I see anything else that would hold it back. So like, okay, that makes sense, right? You look at the 10, you know, you have the 10. And again, that roller thing, you can see it goes across the whole pack. And by the way, I forgot to mention, this is the new pack cases. So this is what they look like now. I'm going to show you what they used to look like. I got a lot to say about that too. All right, man, sit back a little bit and grab a drink and grab some food, because I'm going to go over some stuff. And we're going to crack some stuff, okay? Just keep watching. By the way, I sent in 9 packs of first edition base set. One of them got a 10. This is the next pack. This one, same pack from the same booster box. It was a freshly opened first edition base set booster box, and this is all these packs are from there. So these packs haven't been like sifted around and scratched up or anything like that. So it's a good way to kind of see every single pack from the same box and fresh from a box. So this one got a 9. So this is when I started looking a little bit at it and kind of wondering some things. And then when I got to the 8, I was really getting confused. So check out this one. It does have that same sort of like roller, I guess, press thing going on down it a little bit. It's actually not as bad as the 10. Then we look at the crimps. Okay, this also is a little bit off, but actually it's not as off as the 10. The bottom, it's a bit off on the bottom though. This might be a little bit more than how the 10 looked. And it's basically like, you know, you look at a straight line, and that is not a straight line, essentially. But I don't even know if that is something that they put into the criteria for when they grade these. Also, quick side note, this has nothing to do with it, but this case has a little bit of something going on here. It looks like it has like a little crack. Not really like a crack, but it's like on the inside of the case. So I don't know if that was when it was shipped or when they sealed it up like that. But anyway, now we're gonna look on the back here. And the back looks pretty much the same as the 10. You have like these little things going down here on the crimp, which I don't think they deduct for because I think that's just normal. Same thing. These are off a little bit. That's off a little bit on there. And I'm looking to see if I see anything else. No, I mean, it's clean. These don't have scratches on the packs. If you look, hopefully you guys can see this. But there's not like scratches on the packs or anything like that. They're right from a box. So now I'm like wondering, I'm like, okay, this got a 9. It's kind of strange. Now, side note again, I keep saying side note, but another side note is for the last 5 years that I've graded packs, I usually, honestly, I was getting back probably like 80% 10s and then the rest 9s for a long time. So I don't know if the criteria changed on these. Again, it could just be the grader. Could be a lot of different things, but here we go. So this is the 8, and this is where I really start getting confused here. And like a lot of this is on the case, so it's like these have kind of been sitting around for a couple weeks. They got a little dust on them. But okay, we look at this one, and yeah, the same thing. I mean, the crimps on the here, again, I don't know if they even use this for the criteria. And that's the other thing. It's kind of confusing of what they actually look at when they're grading packs here. But so that one's off a little bit there. This one's off a little bit there. And then we look on the back. The same thing, right? Same back part. These off a little bit. And this one got an 8. So why did this get a PSA 8, right? It's kind of confusing. I want to crack the 9 Charizard. And remember, these were $100 each to send in. But going back to earlier when I mentioned something about the price, when they gave me the 10 on this, they actually sent me an email and they said, we're going to upcharge you to the next service level on this one because, I guess, essentially because it's worth more. So they should get a higher price on it. That's a whole nother video in itself. So they upcharged me this one to $300 tier. So I had to pay another $200 just to get this back in a 10. I don't want to crack this Charizard 9 because I don't want to get these mixed up when I send them in because they're really difficult to tell apart. So I want to crack the Charizard 8. I want to crack the Venusaur 9. I want to crack the Venusaur 8. But I do want to crack some 9s out, but I can't do a Venusaur 9 or a Charizard 9 because then I don't want to get them mixed up. So what I'm going to do is I'll crack 2 Blastoise PSA 9s. So what I want to do is I'm going to also crack out these 2 Blastoise in 9. So I don't get them mixed up. So we know that the Blastoise are 9s before we send them in because we're not reviewing these. If you send in something to get reviewed, most of the time it's going to stay whatever grade it was because they like to show or at least seem like they're consistent. So I want to crack the 2 9s for Blastoise, and I want to crack the 8 Charizard and the 8 Venusaur. And I want to see how they come back. You know? I don't know. I don't know. Like, could some of these 8s come back as a 10? Or could some of these 9s go down to an 8? Well, we got 4 packs to go through here. Now, the other thing is, I mentioned earlier, this is the new design for the PSA slabs. Pretty new. I mean, I would say they're probably dropped these within the last 3 months or so, maybe 4 months. Here's the old slabs. Now, for the longest time, a lot of people didn't like these. A lot of people liked them, but I feel like more people didn't like them because, I mean, just look at it. It's kind of tough for me to understand how they could say that this is a Gem Mint 10. You ready? If you've never seen this before, get ready. And then do that to the pack. Now, these were never specifically made for Pokemon cards. They're made for wax packs. But they were like, oh, we'll just shove them in there. So, yeah. Here's my other experiment. I'm going to send this in as a reholder. If you don't know what a reholder is, basically they take this, they crack it out, or however they open it up, and they put it in a new slab. Now, since these are the new slabs, are they going to put this in the new slab? And are they going to keep it as a Gem Mint 10? Or are they going to dock it down to a 9, an 8, a 7 from this? Because storing a pack like this has probably been in this case for 6 months, I'm going to say. Storing a pack like this and crinkling it up, I would probably argue that it's going to look like it's bent up when you take it out there. And it's going to have creases. I mean, it has to. So, is PSA going to take the liability on this one and say, hey, we're putting this in the new slabs. I'm sorry, but, you know, these aren't actually PSA 10 standards anymore because of these old slabs that we used. Then they're going to have to take the hit on it, and then they're going to have to deduct whatever value that I lose off of this and refund that to me based off the market price. But I really don't know if they're going to want to do that. I don't know. So my guess is that PSA is going to put this into, get ready, this is my theory. I could be completely wrong. My guess is they're not going to want to take the hit, and they're going to put it back into a case like this. Because they still use these cases. That is my guess. Is they're going to say, no, we can't take the hit on every time somebody reholders these. We're just going to put them back in the same case, give it the same 10, and send it back out. Or, alternatively, are they going to put it in the new case? And if they do put it in the new case, are they going to keep it as a Gem Mint 10? Or are they going to drop it a grade or 2 or 3, or however many, and then refund the value on that? Because they base that off of, they're saying this is a Gem Mint, we fully back it, even when they rehold or something. What do you think? Leave a comment down below how this is all going to turn out. I've never cracked out a pack from one of these. This is thick. Okay. All right. Let's get cracking. Oh, one other quick thing. I'm actually wondering as well. Do you think, or we're going to find out either way. I wonder if these cases, or, you know, these newer cases actually damage these at all. Will there be like creases left on these from this? Because that's pretty, it's pretty much like, it's pretty tight there. Like it's holding it down right here, I believe, and right there. Let's find out. Let's see what happens. All right, sorry, Venusaur. We're going to get warmed up with you. If we mess up, don't hate me. No, we'll be all right, I think. I don't know. Okay, so see this? People are like, why does he have the bag? So this is going to help because when I go like this and I break this stuff's going to go flying. So I put it in this bag. It should help. Oh, man, this is like super thick. I have to like open this all the way. I don't know if this is going to work. I might have to get a different tool. But yeah, this is going to keep the plastic from shattering everywhere. And again, you will see at the end of this video what happens. Because we're going to teleport to the future with my time machine. Oh, man. That still went flying. That is thick plastic. Okay. All right, we're going to have to really... You ever use those things that you squeeze to get the hand muscles? I should do like 200 reps of those. Because this is... I hope I can get these out. That is serious. Okay, I have to open this all the way and just crank it. I don't want to mess my table up, though. Okay. So we got the 2 corners cracked here. And by the way, I'm going to send these labels in. I'm going to send them in after I get the results back. You never know with PSA when they put these in and then they... I don't know. Well, I'm gonna put these in an envelope and just send them back after I get the returns. So, okay. Conspiracies, I know, right? Now let's see how difficult this is. And again, I don't want to mess my table up, so... No. Okay, we're not here to read this book, but I need to put this here so I don't damage my table. All right. Oh. Here we go. Okay. That actually, once you get the corners, the rest comes out easily. So this is interesting. Hold on a second. Wait. What the? Hold on. How? Do you guys see this? There's 2 labels in here. Huh? I've never seen that before. I never knew this. So on these, oh, I guess because it's so thick and there's different layers that they actually have to put 2 labels in. Okay, so here's one of the labels. And then The other label's like stuck in there still, so I'd have to crack that to get that one out. All right, we'll try to do that. But let's see the pack now. Whoa. Okay, this is trickier than I thought. Look at this. So now I have another layer that's... I don't know if you can see that, but it's like, here's a layer holding the pack in. This is kind of trippy. So that's off. The first label. And now I have to do it. I have to crack this again. Hopefully. Okay. And just so you guys know, clearly, you can't tamper with this kind of stuff. I mean, if you want to open this up, here is proof. To tamper with this stuff is pretty difficult. Pretty much impossible. All right, so here's our pack. Okay. Hold on a second. So let's look at this. Wow. It does look like... kind of looks like it does like damage them a little bit in a way. Yeah, look. Wow, dude. Hold on. You see that? That creases it like crazy. Wow. I mean, it looks really good in the slab, but like when you take it out, that had so much, these right here, this acrylic has so much pressure on the pack. Look at that. It leaves like a crazy crease there. The top doesn't really have it as much, but the bottom, like, look at that. That is flattened out like crazy. So here's one that was not graded. I guess the bottom on this one is kind of like similar. I'm gonna remember this is my left hand is the one that got the 8. I mean, it's kind of, but not really. Like you could tell that one's definitely, if you look at this angle, you can see it's pressed in pretty dramatically. Actually, yeah, I take that back. This one's definitely way more like pressed in compared to this one. All right, 8 Charizard. Woo! Don't forget about working out your hands if you're opening up a lot of packs, especially. And once you get that, you just pull it. Oh wait, so, wait, now that these came off. I don't know if they were loose on the other when we did it before, when I had to crack the 2 layers out. That's weird. I don't know. So now I can I just get the pack out? Oh, I can. So I didn't have to do that second layer. I do have to do it though to get the other label out, which I'll do that later. All right, so this one looks not bad. I mean, it still has like this crease thing going on down there a little bit. I don't know what they're gonna say about that. If that is actually, you know, damage or not. I feel like this one's not as bad maybe. But I mean, just the pack looks really good. And it does have a little bit of something going on there. And now we got 2 PSA 9 Blastoise. Alright, there it is. So this one looks pretty good. This might be the best looking. Although it was a 9. So sometimes I guess from the pressure they get stuck. That was like the first pack. Oh, okay. When it comes out, sometimes they're just a little tougher to get out. And then here is our other 9. So I think it was just that first pack. It seemed like there was more damage in terms of like being pressed on there. But this one has it a little bit too. But it's not really, it could have just been like that already. All right, so step 1 has been completed. We have our PSA 8 Charizard, our 8 Venusaur, and our 2 9 Blastoise. Leave a comment down below if you think, or just actually leave a comment down below for what grade you think these are going to come back, because these are all going to be graded in the same submission, and then I think I can put this in the same box. I'm going to put this in a reholder. Let me know what you think they're going to do with that one. So for me, this is probably going to take around 2 months, but luckily for all of you, it's only going to be like 2 seconds. It's going to happen right now. And we're back. Sort of. We have new scenery, but I do have the PSA packs graded in these 2 boxes, and we're going to see what the grades are now. Okay, so we got our bubble wrap here, and we do have our 4 packs, so let's see what happens. I'm very, very curious. I have no idea what's going to happen, but we're going to find out right now. Okay, so, and remember, the Charizard was a PSA 8 originally, the Venusaur was also a PSA 8, and then the 2 Blastoise were also a PSA 9. So our first one in here... Oh, no. Wait. Hold on, dude. Oh, my God. What happened to this? Yo, that's not even cool. That's not even cool. Do you guys see this? I'm so mad right now. They slabbed this first one. It's literally in here, and it's on the wrong spot. Like, this is where the crimps are supposed to go. So that means my cards are getting crushed in this pack. Unbelievable, PSA. Unbelievable. Yo, that could quite literally destroy this pack right now. I can't. Of course, it had to be the Charizard too. So I don't even know. I guess it's not damaged. I think what happened is there's a front piece in here that's actually they forgot to put in. If you guys remember when we cracked these out, there was like a front piece as well. So I think that's just missing. So we might actually, I think we're okay. I think they literally just forgot to put the piece in. I thought this was about to be damaged. All right. Of course, it's the Charizard. So right off the bat, no matter what this gets, I have to send this back to PSA because it has to get fixed. But hopefully, thankfully, it doesn't look like it's damaged at least. But let's see if this gets better than a PSA 8, which it originally was. Oh, okay, that's consistent. So first one is 100% consistent besides the other thing. It won't move, though. It's in here, and it won't move. But besides the fact, I don't even know how did this even pass, like, the process of, like, being checked, you know, like, after it gets slabbed. Like, did they see this? Like, all right, looks good. Check that off the list. All right, so our Charizard, unfortunately, has already gone through some trauma. So next up here maybe is the Venusaur. So this one's correct in here properly. Turn it around here, and this is, oh, okay, this is a Blastoise. So this one originally actually was a 9. So let's see if this drops a grade, stays the same, or goes up a grade, perhaps. Let's see what happens. Oh, it stayed the same. So another, okay, PSA with the consistency right now. Looking good so far. Again, besides that one. I don't want to talk about that one anymore. But, yeah, okay, the Blastoise is still a 9. So, remember, the two Blastoise were originally 9s. The Charizard was originally an 8. But honestly, I'm actually, this is what you want to see. This is what you want to see. I don't want any of these to change the grade from what they were previously. I want them to stay the same so we could say that this is consistent with PSA. That's what I want. And, yeah, of course, it would be cool to get a grade to go up a level, but I'm not here for that. I'm here to see the consistency of PSA pack grading, which so far has been good, but besides that huge drawback. So our our third pack is up next. This could be the other Blastoise. Oh, no. Okay, we're at the Venusaur now. So this one's slabbed correctly. You can see, like, the front pieces in here. I think I remember it was, like, some plastic pieces. And by the way, this is about around 2 months since when I sent these out in the beginning of this video. So let's see what this slab is looking like. Venusaur is, oh, okay. This one also is still an 8. I'm actually really happy about this. Okay, PSA. That's very good. Very good consistency right here. Honestly, I'm actually kind of surprised that none of these have changed grades. I was expecting at least like 1 or 2 of them to be different grades, whether it was up 1 level or down a level. So this actually makes me a lot more confident with the actual pack grading process. I feel like before, if you go back maybe like 3, 4, 5 years ago, it was all over the place. It was all over the place, but it seems good. So this is the last one. Besides, after this one, though, don't forget, I do still have this, which is that Charizard that was in a PSA 10 case, but it was in the one where it bends the corners and the edges and all that stuff. So we're going to see what they did with that after this pack here. So let's see. This is going to be our Blastoise, which originally was a PSA 9, and this one was put in here properly as well. And I do really like these new cases. But let's see. Wait, hold on a second. Okay, so this one is our Blastoise. Originally was a 9. Let's see if this is a 9 as well. If this gets a 9, this will be like 100% the same. Oh, and it is. Oh, okay. That's actually really crazy. Okay, I'm happy to see that. It makes me feel better because I was like, are my packs getting graded like an 8 or a 9 for no reason, just for fun? But okay, that's good. Now we're going to see the next part of this. And yeah, I'm going to have to definitely hit PSA up about this and just send them a photo and be like, yo, this is incorrectly. Can we please fix this? Which I'm sure they will. Okay, now the final part of this whole thing is going to be this Charizard in here. Do they give me the new case style and still give me it a 10, even though they basically bent the crimps like all the way across? Which I don't think would happen because I think they have to actually contact me and say what happened and then give me the value between the two grades. So I don't think that happened, but maybe. Or do they put it back into the old case and give it the 10 as well and keep it the 10? This one says in green tape, card inside. Well, technically not, but technically, yeah, I guess there's cards inside. Okay, so let's see what happens here. Oh no, is this a smaller case? Oh, dude, I think they might have gave us the old case. That's bad if they did that. That means they know that that was no good when they were using those cases. Let's see what happens. Oh no. Did they? Oh, it's a new case. It is the new case. Okay, let's see what happens. I didn't see the grade. All right, I didn't see it. I didn't see what the grade is yet. They actually up. Okay. Okay. They actually gave us a new case. Let's see how this looks. Okay, yeah, you could definitely tell, though, that is not how they normally look before they're bent. That is, like, you could totally still tell that was bent. You could totally tell, like, look at all that. It's all bent up. So, and even on the crimp, you can totally tell it was bent. Let's see. Okay, let's see. On the front here, I mean, yeah, you can tell, like, it's more wrinkled and all that stuff all around there. That's like 100% more wrinkled all around that. But let's see if they, I mean, I think it's still going to be in the 10 slab. I think it's still going to be a 10 if they put it in here without emailing me anything. And it is. Wow. Okay, so you can officially, if you have the old style cases where they bent the edges and the crimps over to the back, you can officially, like, this is confirmed right here, that you can send those in for a reholder if you want the new style case, and apparently you can keep the grade. Let me know what you think about that, though, down below in the comment section. Do you think that they should be doing this? Do you think this is okay? I mean, it doesn't look terrible, but, like, you can definitely tell it was in the old case. But should they be docking the grade, or, like, what should they be doing, or do you think this is totally fine? But overall, besides this happening right here, which again, I'm just happy it's not damaged. You know, I'm gonna get this resolved for sure. Besides that little mess up there, I'm actually really impressed that PSA actually kept all the grades exactly the same. I'm actually pretty shocked. I thought there was a high probability that we were going to get back 1, 2, or even more grades that were different. So the consistency seems to be really good there. And of course, guys, just so you know, this is not sponsored in any way by PSA or anything like that. Just like any video here on the channel, it's never anything where I'm working with any companies or anything like that. It's always my personal opinion. And yeah, that is going to do it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you have a great day. And I will see you on the next one.